And we are live. All
All
right,
right.
man. Cheers,
Cheers,
everybody.
sir.
Man, we've got the usual suspects in here tonight. Plus, we got Art by Sparkle, Crazy Ann. We got Big Daddy H. Of course, you're here. And Thrash is actually in the basement down there. He's waiting. He'll come up here in just a few minutes. Jerry J is here. Four Leaf Whiskey, Kitty 303, Chatio. I hope everybody's having a good time. We are in an expanded studio. Let me go ahead and solo lay out this so people can see and wonder at all the hard work that went into this wall over here. I
Yep.
actually covered a window, and now we have an actual bigger space, and I was able to spread the bottles out because they were getting so deep on these shelves over here. I couldn't fit anymore for one thing, not safely, and I couldn't find anything. I was having to dig 3 layers deep on the shelves, and it was very difficult to remember where I put stuff. So here we are. We've got the now all this did was gave room for more. So we'll get back to that. But what are you sipping on tonight, Mark?
I got a little bit of Still Austin, just the musician in the glass tonight to start
Okay.
with, in a MC squared whiskey glass.
MC Square
Thank you.
Whiskey. I am sipping on Rabbit Hole Derringer. That's the PX Sherry
Hmm.
Cask Finish.
Ooh.
This is the one of the best offer. I mean, I love all of Rabbit Hole stuff. They
Yeah.
do the toasted barrel there with their stuff. Well, it's not a light toast. They toast it to a char, but they don't
Yeah.
flambe it, to get it there.
Oh, gotcha. I'm about to
but
try that one. The only PX one I had was Redbreast,
mm,
and that was fantastic.
yeah, this
But
is really tasty. I mean, I know that the Derringer is their most expensive offering, but it's still well under $100 to get a
oh
bottle
yeah.
of it, and it's really worth it. It's closer, I think, around $80 here or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not
And
bad.
but the other rabbit holes stair steps down in price,
Hmm.
but they're just as good. I mean, not just as good, but
Yeah.
they're really good bourbon.
They're,
But they are a column still, so
uh, yeah.
you're not getting that pot still uh,
Yep.
aromas and flavor off of it. Hanging in Arizona showed up here in the house. BC Herbs is here.
Hanging.
Uh, welcome. This is a giveaway show, so let me grab the first entry since Thrash Metal is here. Thrash Life, I'm sorry, Thrash Life is here with us. Um, he has horses. He is a horse lover. I don't agree with this list. It's from horsyhooves.com. And it's the 10 most famous horses of all time. I think they may have, I almost thought they had them backwards, but uh, this is they're number 10, and it goes from 10 to 1. So Secretariat is probably
Hmm.
one. It's a racehorse, of
I know
course,
that
a
one.
Triple Crown winner, all of that. So
Yep.
sire to a more horses down the line and all of that. So Secretariat is the hashtag. The hashtag, what's it for? Most of you know already. Every about 10 or 15 minutes or so, after this first one, it's every 10 minutes. We will spin for 10 entries to the quarterly drawing. So if you would like a chance to get 10 entries to the quarterly drawing, put the hashtag in. It has to be spelled exact. Capitalization does not matter, and it must have that hashtag in there, or the StreamYard giveaway tool won't pick it up.
Yep.
Um, so, what do you win? Quarterly draw. The next one is the first Thursday in March. You stand to win a 24 note nosing kit, which I will disclaimer on that here shortly because I had some trouble with it. But you get a 24 note nosing kit, 3 sample bourbons marked A, B, and C, a Bourbon Bounty logo glass that looks like this now. It's laser engraved. And you get a virtual private tasting with me where I'll walk you through the 3 bourbons, what I consider a beginner bourbon, intermediate bourbon, and advanced bourbon. And we will use the nosing kit and figure out what notes we're getting out of there. Still Art by Sparkle, her nosing kit. That is a nightmare I went through. Every time it would get destroyed. And the last time I even sent it through UPS, took it to the store, they mailed it. I did it UPS ground, and we got notification because I gave her the tracking number and everything, and it said package was totally destroyed, lost. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to send what I call an uncharged nosing kit. So I will send you all the ingredients with no liquid in the jars. Well, some liquid, like there'll be like maple syrup is one of them. Honey is a liquid, but it will not have the alcohol in it. All you have to do to activate the nosing kit is buy the absolute cheapest bottle of vodka that you can find and put one capful in each one. So that's how extract is made. You're extracting the aromas, the oils, everything, from the products inside. But I will do the hard work of putting together the tobacco, all of the ingredients, the corn, all of that stuff. And all you have to do is just add a tiny bit of vodka to it, maybe a capful in there per one.
Could you use other stuff like pure grain alcohol or
You can.
something like that?
You can even use White Dog from like a bourbon.
Mm,
But the difference is, so vodka's a neutral spirit, right? So it doesn't have a lot of aroma to it, but you do get the ethanol kick. So put the vodka even in the wet stuff. Like if you open the cloves and you're like, well, I don't need vodka in there, I can smell cloves. Go ahead and put the vodka in it because you need to be able to get that aroma with that ethanol, that alcohol kick behind it. So that really helps a lot. But I actually put pieces of real oak in there. I also char some oak and put in one. So the toasted or the charred oak is one of the notes that you can get. So anyway, disclaimer, it's going to be a lighter box when I send it. So
save a little bit in shipping too.
Well, it will not really, because I'm going to ship the samples separately.
Oh,
I'm going to have zero alcohol in that box. It will have the glass. It will have the nosing kit, and I'm going to insure it for $100 freaking dollars. And if they steal my stuff again, they're going to owe me $100.
There you go.
So, yeah, it's going to be insured. So, but I'll send the 3 samples in a very small box. Just I have shrink wrap and all that stuff that with the hair dryer and shrink it down and all that. So, so we're horsing around tonight. And here in just a few minutes, we're going to bring Thrash up, and we will get to talking. I know he is very proud of those horses. I see his little videos and his cameras on them and his posts on Facebook and all. And I have some experience with horses, not near as much as he does. But I've been around horses in my life. I love them. So I think we'll have some good conversations coming up here shortly.
They're pretty smart animals.
Oh, yeah. They're pretty rough if they're not tame.
Yeah. They can stomp you down. But in fact, I had one of my friends back in Kentucky. His mom got killed by a horse. It kicked her in the head.
Yeah, well. And the horses, though, and I'll save some of the talk for when he's up here, but like all animals, they have different personalities.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Hey there, Hard Sight. What's that?
Oh, I said, hey, Hard Sight.
Yeah. Oh, and Lori Sheba B can't make it. She's having trouble, so she's trying to get a new tablet, and it didn't work out well for her. I did see her post on she messaged me on Facebook, but I tell you what I will do for her. If it lands on me, I'll give her those entries because she is struggling to try to get back to the show. And she's been a good supporter for a long time. Now, let's talk about the drawing just right quick for anyone new. If you haven't done a drawing before, if you're not a member of the channel, you must be present to win on the giveaway night. And the giveaway is usually toward the latter part of the show. So make sure you come on around 8 o'clock, even if you can't come on earlier, because if it lands on you, I only give you just a little bit to comment. I don't want people shouting out and getting people to log on. Oh, you better get over here and claim this. You're going to have less than a minute or so to claim it. And if not, we're going to spin again. Angie Mason, or I keep wanting to say Mason. She changed it to Angie's Fluid Art.
Fluid Art.
And I'm trying to get that in my head. It used to be Angie Mason's Fluid Art. But so
hey there, Angie, how you doing? Oh, and Steam Fire and Ice is in here too.
All right, Cindy's here. Jeff Sly is here. All right, so we are going to go ahead and spin on this first hashtag here, and then right after that, I'll set up the next one, and we'll get Thrash up here. So let me share my screen, and we'll do this little Chromium tab over here.
Since Jeff Sly is in here, I may have to get up and get me a little sample of that art bag.
Oh, there you go. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. The first winner of the night of the 10 entries is going to be Hanging Arizona. Hanging AZ.
He's hanging right now. He's a little sickly. Got a cold.
Uh-oh. Well, sorry to hear that, but that is 10 entries to the quarterly drawing. We will stop sharing, and I will set the next one up right quick. Come on. Man, this thing drags sometimes. What did I say my speed was earlier? 800 and something. Yeah. All right.
Figured it'd be just popping right along real quick, like.
Before I post this, it's not me, it's StreamYard. It does have an apostrophe in it. Please be careful with this one.
All right.
It's O''WAR, no space there. So that's Man of War. That's also a racehorse.
Yep.
And it's not all racehorses, I'll tell you that. We'll get down into them here in a little bit. But of course, some of the more famous horses were either Triple Crown winners or contenders for that and all that. But without further ado, we're going to bring up Thrash Life. How's it going?
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. So you said earlier you were sipping on water tonight.
Yeah, we're doing some water. Just giving the body a break. I'm trying to do a 50-day no alcohol thing. I owed that to not only myself but Jason Cleveland. He's a friend online, and I was gonna do it for November, no drink November, and I didn't do it. And every month he was giving me hell. So January came and he goes, "How's dry January?" And I'm going, I gotta start doing this. Yeah. So I started doing it last Monday. So I got till March 14th. So
there you go.
No problems.
I will do a week. I'll do a week, and every once in a while you have to sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't want to cheat, and I do a show, and I even did like one time I did a dry week, and I had staged a Monday video that came out, so I was good on that, and I didn't, and I went a full 7 days because I'd already tasted and did all that, but I normally do that once every quarter or so.
There you go. It's good for you, though. I mean,
it
gives your liver a chance to repair itself, especially if you're getting online and you're binge drinking and you start getting
be quiet, liver. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I do is I will not drink much through the week, like
Mhm.
Monday through Wednesday and stuff like that. And then by Thursday, I'm thirsty. And
Yeah.
then
Yep.
I get it going then. So let's talk about how many horses do you have?
So personally, the wife and I have 2 horses. So we have a quarter horse, her name Sophie. She turned 5 in January. And then I have my little girl. I got a picture of her right here that Angie's actually doing a portrait of. And this is Faith. And she turned 2 in October. And both of them are rescue horses. They were both bound for the slaughter pens before they were saved. So
Wow.
Faith was 4 weeks old, and Sophie was just under 6 months old when they saved them. So Sophie was bought by the kill buyers, and they were putting her in the truck in the parking lot when Terrellin stepped in. Terrellin Horse Rescue, and they purchased her right off the kill buyer right then and there. So
Wow.
she lucked out. Beautiful horse. Faith, I've known since she was 4 weeks old when she came to the rescue, and I worked with her the whole time she was there. Had no idea I was going to have her until, and probably she was 8 months old is when we made the determination I was going to have another horse. So, got her, and we have her at another barn and training her right now. I'm doing kind of like a half Liberty, half Western style training with her because the Liberty trainer that was there before had left, and we had a Western trainer come in. So I was kind of doing kind of a dual training with her. So it's coming along. She's still in her terrible twos right now. They're just like kids. They don't want to listen. They'll try and bite you. They'll try and take you over and be alpha
Push you
over you,
around.
and you got to let them know who's boss. But
Right.
don't beat them.
No, but it's hard to hurt them.
Yep.
I mean, if you're you can twist an ear, you can stuff like that. It's not going to damage them. It'll make them listen, pay attention. But
they come to bite you and pop them on the nose.
Yeah.
If they turn their butt to you, acting like they're going to kick you, but that I have a whip with me that I use to work with her. The reason is that horses are horizontal and humans are vertical. So you need to be horizontal with them. So you use the whip beside you and you tap. You tap them on the butt to get them moving and to stop, put it on their nose, stuff like that. But if they turn their ass to you and they go to kick you, I'll pop her in the ass every freaking time. She'll learn eventually.
Oh yeah,
not to do that stuff. 'Cause I got kicked in the ass from her probably 3 weeks ago. But yeah, my hip still hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had when we lived in Texas, we had 3 donkeys, 2 llamas. Llamas are hard to work with, but we had pigs and chickens and all kind of stuff. But it gets expensive. I mean, adding another large animal to the mix is a choice not made lightly. Put it that way.
Yep, horses will cost you. An average horse will cost you on a minimum $550, $600 a month. They're just like a kid. I mean, you get insurance for them, the feed, the vet care, the farrier, everything. It all costs money. All the medicine that you get. I mean, it all costs money. Faith added. She choked probably a month ago. She had actually choked, so we had to get the vet out there. And if it wasn't for insurance, man, it's just like going to the emergency room.
Yeah.
So it costs a lot of money. And Sophie colicked probably a year ago, and they had the vet out there. So they get their annual shots. They get their dewormings twice a year. The horses go through the same routine as a human, where they get their physicals, and you do things as an owner to make sure that they're in good health too. If you're a good owner, I've seen people where they've just completely annihilated their horses and they could barely live, and some of them were put down, and it's pretty sad. So you see a lot of that out at the rescue. So
yeah, The Vanessa Kitty's in the house. Hey, Vanessa.
Vanessa.
She said llamas upchuck at you. Yeah, they will, but and Mama Llama with all the drama. That's what I call that oldest one. We didn't name them. They were named after some Harry Potter stuff, but some kids at the llama place named them. You know, the owner's kids or whatever. But we had. One of them was black and the other one was red, and I called it, that oldest one, Mama Llama with all the drama, because she was the mom of the other one. But she got out there, and the other one was sweet. She just, I could pet her, but if Raven saw me petting her, it was Raven and Hermione was their name, and if Raven saw me petting Hermione, she would come over and try to get between us. And one time I was out there and I was putting up a mister hose across there. They had a 3-sided shed they could go into, and I had I built a door stable area, over there, so that I could get them in there if I needed to. And we had to shear them and stuff in the summer. And I would just get the harness on them. And once I got the harness on them, I could pull them down. I'd lay over their neck, and my wife would shear them while I was holding her down. But I could half hitch it on that stable wall,
Exactly.
And all. But we had those, and she was out there, and I was trying to put that mister up, and she was fine for a while. But I guess I had overstayed my welcome in her area. And I'm up on a ladder, and she starts coming up with that, and I got down off that ladder, and I was like, "Don't. You better not, because they'll spit stomach stuff at you." And she kept getting haughty and holding her head up. And finally I picked up a little old stick about that big, and I whopped her on the butt with it, and she took off. I said, "Posable thumbs."
There you go.
Yeah, the other rescue that I'm at is it's called Edwards Animals, and it's the mother of Terry, who runs Terralyn Horse Rescue. Her name's Linda, and they've been doing it for 30, 35 years, where they started off saving animals that were at the exhibits at the zoo, that they were getting rid of the exhibits, and the animals had no places to go, so that they would take them in. And they had llamas and goats, chickens, horses, they had zebus. I mean, they had all kinds of different animals there. But yeah, we had, let's see, I go there every once in a while now. Right, with having our own horses, it's hard to get over there, but I do go every Sunday to Terralyn. But helping shear the llamas, getting spit on by the llamas. I mean, I never got the full digestive spit that they usually do. Usually they'll just go, they'll whack at you, and it still stinks. I mean, it's like a skunk almost, because of the stomach acid and everything. But yeah, I've seen a volunteer get the whole brunt from head to like knees, just draped, and we had to hose him off before he could go anywhere.
It literally smells like vomit. I mean,
it's so gross when they get spit on. Yeah, it's.
I would have held that llama down and puke back on it.
Yeah.
Do you want to answer this question, or should I?
I know very little about horses. Why is a quarter horse called a quarter horse? Because it's a partial mixed horse. So, I can give you a definition here.
Well, its name is derived because it can beat most other breeds in a quarter or mile or less in speed. So,
they're sprinters. Yeah,
bred as a sprinter. Yeah,
they're not a thoroughbred. A thoroughbred's is the Ferrari.
Yeah,
where the quarter horse is like the truck. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's why when you see like horse races, you see the quarter horses doing nothing but sprints, and they're doing short sprints, 800 meters, 1,000 meters maybe.
Yep.
And then the thoroughbreds, they're doing 1.5 miles for up the longest. Yeah. So, and they have
the 1 mile.
She's a quarter horse. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. That's what it is when you're looking at her butt. It's all muscle. It's huge. So they can really hit it real hard, but they can't last in the long run.
Yep.
So
that's it. All right. Well, I am about to spin this thing, and we'll get interrupted about every 10 minutes or so. I'm going to share my screen here and do this Chrome tab giveaway for Man of War for 10 entries to the quarterly drawing. Good luck, everybody. And we will let the confetti die down if it lands on somebody besides me. Oh, it landed on me. Now I'm going to write Sheba down here.
Dang, Vanessa.
And then I'm going to hit draw again. We don't have to let the confetti die down when it's on me. And oh, yeah, well, come on. I have to enter because I have to give y'all the hashtag.
Yeah.
There, Jerry J.
There we
go. Congratulations,
Jerry.
Jerry J. And we will let his confetti die down so as not to steal anyone's thunder there. All right. And
That's a
I'll
good
set
way to
the
say
next one up.
I didn't know walruses could spit at you like that. Jeez.
I haven't really dealt with many walruses.
Sneeze a loogie at me. It's like getting spit on by a whale, you know.
Now, these horses, I will tell you this, are famous worldwide, right? So it's not just United States. But this one, most people may have never heard of. This was a European racehorse that was I think he only had one loss.
Dang. Frankel.
Frankel. Never even heard of that one.
No, it's a Euro racing circuit over there. But that was number
What is it? Frankel?
7
What is it
8.
here?
Yeah, number 8 on the list. Frankel. It doesn't really matter as long as you get the hashtag right. You're entered.
Oh, it's a gorgeous horse. It's a racer. Yeah.
Old Frankie.
Yep. Here's a British thoroughbred,
Yep.
unbeaten in his 14 race career. It's kind of like, Secretariat.
Yeah. Well, and when I was reading about these horses, and I don't remember, but I was reading about Secretariat and how the lineage and all of that, like the related, like was down the line. You know, Man of War, Seabiscuit, all that. It's all the same line of horses. Yeah.
Hey there, Todd. Or maybe Andy.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? You know that's
What's up,
Todd.
JV? JV's in the house too. What's up, bro?
Yep.
21090. You know that's Todd.
Yeah, it's Todd.
JB, you spelled Frankel wrong. JV spelled Frankel wrong. He spelled it
Frankie.
Oh, I was going to say, I wrote it down right off their website. If I spelled it wrong, they spelled it wrong.
No, JV did though.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Finally made.
Oh, he killed it.
she did.
She did.
Another dead soldier.
She gone.
Go back to the glass recycler. Oh, that's some dark stuff though.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like the 1920 better than the 10, but personal preference is all.
I have my 1910 up there. I like the 1920 better, especially after this Derringer. I started to say I may have one with you, but I just can't bring myself to mix the 1910 with 1920 to make that 1915 because I don't want to mess up my 1920.
I tried it. And I'm with you. I prefer them just by themselves. I don't much care for them mixed.
Well, the cheapest mix you can do that's the best I've found so far is that Heaven Hill Fruit Bomb that I did that video on. That's the Elijah Craig and Larceny mix. That brings out so many flavors of Duke. I call Duke a fruit salad bourbon. John Wayne label.
Yep. Yeah. I had one bottle of that Duke. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's easy to drink and you're not going to get a lot of deep notes out of it, but you get a lot of interesting fruit notes out of it.
Yeah, which is surprising.
Yep.
This is more like the Woodford Double Oaked.
That's a decent little bourbon. That
Yeah.
Woodford double oak. If I'm out somewhere traveling or whatever, and you know how it is when you go to bars and stuff, and you'll look up there and they'll have that big bottle of Woodford up there. You know, not the double oak.
Usually a Makers.
Yeah, that and Makers. Now I'll do Makers Old Fashions.
Yeah, that's good.
White Snake. He wrote all the hits. Oh, okay.
Thrash,
what was the White Snake commercial? Commercial. What was the White Snake conversation?
Oh, he was just he was trying to. I think he's trying to push buttons a little bit from the standpoint of I don't know. I was kind of reading into the Queen versus the Beatles.
Yeah, they do 210 do the album battles, and the recent one was White Snake versus Poison, I believe it was.
Yeah, I mean,
hey there, Jimmy.
Yeah, White Snake. I don't know. White Snake was a what do you call it? Frankenstein band, you know, of other stuff that came together, and they had so much experience already.
Oh yeah,
they even formed White Snake. It was.
They had so many great players in White Snake.
Yeah,
I mean, Rudy Sarzo and John Sykes. They even had what's his name? God, name just tip of the tongue. I hate that when it happens.
Yeah, I don't know that much about it. I mean, I do, but if you said it, I would say, oh yeah, but I can't. Too much bourbon.
Steve Vai, that's who I was trying to get.
Okay, yeah.
Adrian Vandenberg played with them. That guy's a phenomenal player too.
Mm-hmm.
And then JV, who was the drummer? Aldridge, was it Tony or
Dwayne?
Forget which Aldridge was playing.
I'll tell you what, we went to see White Snake, and White Snake was the
Tommy Aldridge. Yeah.
White Snake was the show, right? They were the primary, but they brought Great White with them.
Yeah,
and
they were a good band too.
Oh, and they did a few songs, and I'd only really was familiar with Once Bitten, Twice Shy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, of course, they played it last in their set right before White Snake came out. But they rocked it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they really rocked it. And I was like, wow, they put on a good show.
Yep.
Solo.
I think what the last band was that I saw recently.
This wasn't recently. I was a teenager.
Yeah. I saw the last decent shows back in the day.
The last concert I went to was here in Winston, and we went to see Billy Joel live. Oh. And my wife's a huge Billy Joel fan, so we went. Cool. And we got we didn't get right up front, but we got like center tickets, center on the ground level. Mm-hmm. And there was a big gap in front of us between us and the front section. So we had no one right in front of us. Perfect. And we could see everything.
Yeah. Sit down and relax the whole time.
Yep.
Exactly.
And people would walk by because that's what that big area was for, was for people to go and walk by. But there wasn't that many people moving around.
Yeah, my last concert was Def Leppard opening up for Kiss. Kiss is always a good show to go see. I've seen them so many damn times. They have a great production.
They played down here last year. Or was it last year? I think it was last year. Oh, it was a cluster. Oh. But they played at the Coda, the outdoor amphitheater kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm not buying the tickets for that one because it was just going to be packed and really expensive. Mm-hmm. So I went down the road to a spot that I know that's directly across. You know, if they're on the stage, you're looking straight at me. You know, so all the sound was coming right at us. It was like sitting at the concert. You know,
nice. Yeah,
it was perfectly. I could hear every song, every word. You know, you could hear him spit blood.
Oh, there
there
we
you
go.
go.
1910.
Yeah, I had to pour a little bit to
Yeah,
remind myself.
That was a pretty good free concert.
Yeah.
I should put that
I'm not
1910
sure.
down there with the other Old Forester lineup. I have the
Oh, yeah.
Murderer Row series going
Oh, there you
down
go.
there. Oh, I have to spin. Wow.
Whiskey Row.
It's that time already. See, time flies when you're having fun.
Mhm.
Let me share this Chrome tab out. And good luck, everybody. That's why I set alarm on my phone. Keep me honest.
There you go. Keep things in track.
And all right, I put a +10 down. Lori's going to be the big winner tonight, I think. Now, if it lands on me twice in one spin, I don't give her those. But Big Daddy H, hey, he got 10 last week too. I remember putting that down this afternoon when I was putting them out there. All right, now let me set this next one up, and then I want to get back to a little more horse talk after that, unless we want to change the subject. But I like talking about horses.
Yeah,
I do want to give a couple shout outs here in a bit too. What's up, Kathy? Kathy's in the house.
Copy this.
Thrash, I was wondering, are you planning on riding Faith and the other one?
Yep. I'll be, hopefully this time next year, we'll be riding Sophie. So you know how long it's been since I've helped break a horse?
Oh, you know what? I spilled that wrong.
It's going to takes a lot of time. It's not getting on the horse and and riding them until they give up. It's not going that way at all. It's getting the trust in between you and the horse. Then it just takes a long time to get that going. The saddle, getting them used to the weight.
Yeah.
I'll let you go ahead and talk about the Seabiscuit stuff, and then I'll continue.
Oh, well, I just wanted to let everybody know that Seabiscuit is one word. So the actual name is just Seabiscuit all ran together. But for the sake of this, I'll leave the hashtag alone. We're going to do this Seabiscuit, which is, I misspelled it. I put it as two words, but it is actually one word in real life. But it doesn't matter as long as you get the hashtag right. But Seabiscuit was Horse of the Year 1938.
Yep.
I think JV may be behind.
Yeah, he put Frankel in there, didn't he?
Put Funkle.
Yeah, I think he's just having fun.
Oh, Kathy Bates, thank you. Let me write this down.
Oh, Miss Sexy Voice Kathy.
So I have to give a shout out to two people in the art community that have done things horse related for me. One is Angie Mason. She's doing the portrait of Faith. She did a fluid art painting, and she depicted Faith on it.
Ooh, look
really
at
cool.
that. Wow.
So she sent this to me a few months ago, and then she's doing the portrait of her, of that one picture I just showed you. And then Lori by Art by Sparkle, she did there's a wooden thing that you put on like a coffee table, and she painted a horse on it and put sparkles and stuff on it. And we put the clear plastic stuff so you can put stuff on top of it without ruining the picture. So we got one of those. I don't have a picture of it. And then she did an alcohol art of Faith.
Alcohol art.
Nice.
Yeah, it's done with I think it's alcohol. I'm not sure if it's alcohol paint or pen or whatever it is.
That's really
Well,
cool.
let me do solo layout for you right quick.
Sure.
Hang on.
Yeah.
There we go.
But yeah, that's really cool. She put it on.
Oh, that is cool.
Put it on a board, and then some nice writing on the back, and really cool. The art community it's wonderful.
Oh, it is. And and I always said about YouTube, and I say this all the time, it's not a competition. This is a community, because if it's a competition, YouTube wins. But I will say, in case people don't know, I don't really shout this out a lot, but for any supers, if you do a super chat, super sticker, for every $1, you get 5 entries to the quarterly drawing. But it's not necessary. This is free. We do the free spins. We do the everybody gets 5 entries per show, all of that. So someone's at my front door. The dogs are going nuts if you can hear them.
Oh, it's Alcohol Inc. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. She was telling the story about it where it was kind of she was just doing something and it wasn't intended to be a horse or anything, and it turned out to come out that way. It was really
Oh
wild.
wow.
Yeah.
I did want to say I was working one day and I saw Angie live and I brought it up on the screen on my Mac, but I was working on my work computer and I really can't interact. I'm
Yeah.
I'm doing work, but I saw her painting on that painting that you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, the
It's pretty
portrait.
big. It was a
Yeah.
big, yeah.
Yep, it's pretty cool.
There you go.
Where's the
Big Daddy.
soundboard, JV? You know what? I think the button on my soundboard. I think Joey jinxed my soundboard. I got to take this board apart. I think I got a button that's not turning on correctly. Friend that said his dad had a horse that had 4 gates.
Gears. He meant
Start,
gears.
fart, stumble, and stall.
Oh yeah, you meant gears. Yeah.
So gating of a horse is the way that they either trot or canter or it's the way the 1, 2, 3, 4 with all 4 legs, how they do it. Faith is her first marker is an Arabian, but her second marker is Puerto Rican Pasifino. So if you ever get a chance, go on YouTube and look up Puerto Rican or just Pasifino and watch the canter on that horse. I see Faith do it every once in a while, and it's a natural canter for them. The people that own these horses that make them show horses, they're evil to these horses to get them to do what they do, because they actually do a tap that they do. They run them across boards and stuff, and they got these big old heavy guys riding these really small horses, because Faith's not going to be a big horse. She's only going to be probably 4'2", but just making them do things with all this weight on their back, and they've been whipped into submission to do it. So
right.
It's I would never do that to her, but just to let you see what the gates are. You can look up the different gates. Sometimes it's hard to see when you're an outsider looking in, but as soon as you do catch the gates, you're going, oh, now I know what they're talking about. Or leading with the hoofs. In racing, they switch the leads as they're coming around corners and sprinting. So it's hard to catch if you're on the outside. It took me a long time to catch it myself when I was, first watching like racing and stuff, but it's go look up different gates. They have YouTube videos all over the place on gates.
Like back home, they had like Tennessee walking horses.
Yep.
They had a particular kind of,
house.
how they were, walking.
Yep. We have a horse's name's Dealer. He lost an eye to cancer. He's at the other rescue that I'm at, and I rode him a lot. And you touch him a certain way, and he goes into that trot. And they do that. It was for the preppy ladies. They could hold a glass of champagne filled to the top and not spill a drop. That's how smooth the trot was with them.
Yeah,
it was insane on the training that they put those horses through as well. But it's really weird to ride a horse where you're moving and you're not doing this.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I did that a lot. Yeah, but no, I only worked with like horses that like trail horses and trying to get them to. You have to have a lead horse, because some of those horses they do so much trail riding. It's nose to ass all the way through,
exactly.
And you can't make them do anything else. If you get on them and there's no horse in front of them, they're not going to move.
Exactly, and they go in a certain order.
Yep.
Like if people haven't done it, they have like the chuck wagon breakfasts and stuff where you'll start at one location and everybody gets on a horse, and it's just one big line of horses, and they ride for like an hour to wherever the chuck wagon is, and then they have breakfast and stuff.
Yep.
What they do with these horses after the horses have retired, where they, instead of taking them to auction, we have a program called Annie's Project. And Annie's Project, we take these horses that have retired from the trail riders. They're usually bigger horses. They're either half drafts or full draft horses, because they have to deal with this stuff their whole life. We take them and help with rehabilitation with them as well. And it's great because you get to see these big gigantic teddy bears get adopted by very loving people, and these horses will live the rest of their lives in just a pasture because they know nothing else. They go, like you're saying, nose to tail all day long.
Yep. Hey, one second. Let me spin this right quick. My alarm went off. I didn't want to interrupt you there though, and was looking for a breath to take. But we're going to spin the misspelled Seabiscuit and see who can be the lucky winner of this 10 entries here. And it's Steam Fire Nice. It's Cindy. I always put steam fried rice down for her. But
hey there, Kathy.
I know who it is.
So Jerry J saying he loves riding cutting horses. Running steers is fun. I remember getting on a cutting horse the first time, and we went out into a field of cows. I swear to God, just hanging onto the horn. This horse knew exactly what to do, man. And they're just like boom, 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 boom. And if you're not careful, you lose your balance and fall right off the horse.
All right, so here's one I need to explain. Maybe they said this is the most famous horses in the world. Bucephalus was Alexander the Great's horse.
Bucephalus. I have to look that one up.
Yeah, it's Alexander the Great's horse.
Oh, okay. So it's way old.
So
way old.
Trigger might be in there.
Well, and they showed paintings of Alexander the Great with the horse.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he's probably famous in the art community, with people who collect art and all. They would recognize the horse. I don't know.
Like a big white stallion or something.
I forget exactly. I think it looks
like
a white horse with a yellow mane or something like that. Golden mane.
Let's see here.
I mean, all we're seeing are paintings. I mean, we there's no photographic images of it, but
Thessalian strain horse.
Now we do have one coming up here in a little while that is not a single horse. It is actually a breed, but there's a story behind it. And we'll get to that here in a couple of drawings, but
like a paint or something like that.
Well, it was. We'll get to it. A couple of more, and 3 more, and then this one and 2 more, and we'll get to it. So, but
there you go, Big Daddy.
It was almost like they had it backwards. Old Silver.
Old Silver away.
Hi-ho Silver didn't make it.
Oh,
but
no.
I don't think that was. I'm not sure if that was a single horse.
How about Mr. Ed?
No.
I was gonna say, well, horses.
Come on.
Hey, like I said,
Uber, come in the room.
Horseyhooves.com. I didn't say I agreed with them, but it's our top 10 for tonight. So just enter the hashtags and get the entries.
Yeah, we're gonna have to tweak each list for you. You put them all on there.
Hey, I'll tell you this: the 1910 is not bad on its own.
No, it's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
I mean, even bottom of the bottle, it's still not bad.
Mm-mm.
I think it maybe opened up just a smidge,
but now that I've gone to that, I'm trying to think of what to go to next because I don't want to step down because all of a sudden I'm drinking like unsweet tea.
Yeah.
But 1910 is surprisingly good on its own. But 1920 is better. But there we go. All right. So let me see what time it is. All right. So yeah, we were talking about the nose to tail stuff, and most of those horses I was going to say are over 20 years old too. They're big horses. They're over 20. And if people don't know, one thing we would do when I worked with horses in the Air Force for a little bit as like a side duty job thing at Tama Hills out in Japan. And the rule of thumb for that is if you like the horses that weren't just trail ride horses, you take to a point, you take 30 years, okay, is the life of a horse pretty much.
Wow.
And if a child is 6 years old, you put them on a 24-year-old horse. That was like the chart graph. You don't put them on horses they can't handle or will be risky.
Mm.
And
the ones that have got more experience.
Well, and they're tired. They don't want to buck you off.
Yeah, right.
They're old men now or old women.
Yes. So they'll live to like 30 then, huh?
I've seen a horse live to 40. Only one horse lived to 40.
Wow.
And yeah, only one. I've seen horses live 36, 37.
Yeah.
They're taken care of and not abused or ridden hard. If you take care of the horse, the horse will live a long time.
Yeah, and I have a problem with the race horsing and because on all that kind of stuff, and because a human being, no matter what, makes a decision whether they want to try out for the Olympics or not. This horse has no choice.
Or beats the burden,
right? So I don't know, and that's some harsh training. I know some of them don't go harsh on them. But they have to train them hard if they're going to win.
Yep.
And that's a big money maker right there.
Oh, of course it is. And then we get the ones that are the lucky ones come to us. Like we have a thoroughbred. Her name is God, my brain is hurting right now. Stormy, and she was a big money maker, and I forget her racing name, but anyway, she's with our horses. Owns the owner's daughter owns this horse. Sweetest damn horse you'll ever meet in your life. Beautiful thoroughbred, very tall. I think she's like 16 and a half hands, I think.
Wow, that is tall.
She's tall. Yeah.
So I need to pour another bourbon right quick. How many horses do y'all stable?
Yeah, we board our horses at our personal horses. We board them at a different barn that's like 15 minutes away from us.
Okay.
And then the rescue is like 20 minutes away from us. And there are over 20 rescues that I deal with every week, help work with, clean up after. They come in and out. I mean, it's great to see the adoptions happen, but it's sad when you get some of these that come in from the quarantine barns. Oh, there you go, Woodford. There you go.
I just wanted to see how it holds up to the first fantastic bourbons I had.
There you go.
But yeah, you see these poor horses, either their owner surrender or they've been neglected, and they end up at the auction, and they do save them. And like a third of them that come in, we take them and pasture them for a while, and then euthanize them because they're just so horrible. And the other ones, you luck out, and they're like 200 pounds underweight, and they're on an all-you-can-eat diet, and it takes them a good 4 or 5 months to get back up and getting them healthy and making sure that they don't have leg issues, hoof issues, any issues, neurological, everything. So there's a lot of money that goes into the testing and stuff for them. If they have diabetes or whatever, so they have to be on a special diet. Or I mean, there's so much that goes into it, and it's great to be able to be a person that can lay hands on the horses to help assist them,
right,
and help the actual rescue themselves, take some burden off of them every week.
So, yeah, let me catch up with the chat here. Jimmy showed up. Heartslate said she owned an harness racehorse. Very beautiful. Jules is in the house as well, and she said hi to Jimmy there. Jimmy said missed earlier was just running around. So let me take a sip of this.
Sure.
Woodford Reserve double oaked. It is nice and dark too. So, yeah, not quite there, but I am getting some flavor off of it. So I'm I stepped down a little. Oh, what was that?
I'm getting a little bit of chlorine,
Tap water,
city water.
Yeah.
city tap water flavor, a little fluoride.
One cool thing about being out at the ranches too is when you refill your water stuff up, it's all pure well water, and it's awesome.
Yeah, we had good well water, but the minerals. There can be certain heavy things in well water that are filtered out that can, over time, can get you. Heavier minerals that our bodies can't really process as well.
Yeah.
Back in Kentucky, our spring water was really good, but I'm sure it had some minerals in it for sure.
Yeah.
It's all filtered through mainly like sandstone and limestone.
Yeah, exactly. And then the stuff that you use full time, like that comes in the house, it goes through. They go through the salts or whatever you have set up for that type of water for that area too. The softeners and everything else, because it can get pretty hard out here. The water can get really hard out here.
Oh yeah,
water down here in Texas is stupid hard. Oh my god,
just
certain
freaking mineral traces everywhere.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. I like drinking it when I'm out there, but it's not like I'm drinking it all the time.
Man, what was so cool is we had a I won't call it a deep well. I mean, it was 30 something foot deep, maybe.
Wow, that's it.
But it was we only used it to water the donkeys and llamas and stuff, and so we would start and garden. We used it to water our garden, and it was free. I mean, it was just gas to run the pump, and we would pump uphill to these holding tanks and then use gravity to water the garden. It was on a slope. And then we had the donkey water on the same tap line running up to the holding tanks for the garden. And I would just open the deal and let the donkey water fill up and then shut it off. And then it would just continue to pump until it filled those tanks.
This is cisterns, whatever the hell they call them.
Yeah, it was
storage
cistern.
Cistern.
Yeah, well, we had those chemical tanks for paper mills and stuff. They had the big metal frame and they're plastic, and we would just make sure they were thoroughly cleaned or whatever. And we wouldn't give it to animals from there, but we watered our garden with it. And we had 3 of those set up, big,
non-potable,
huge things, right?
Jimmy,
there you go.
Donkey water, good bourbon name right there.
Donkey water. That would be a good bourbon. Hey, Mark, we should start our own label. We would call it Donkey Water.
Yeah, got a kick to it.
Yeah.
We'll have it about 125 proof or something. You
have to give it time to give up its notes. It's a little stubborn, but it's got a good kick once it does.
Oh, perfect.
Beat the hell out of a freaking mountain lion. That's one thing about donkeys. They make really good watchdogs for a ranch. Same with llamas.
Oh, Newfoundlander Eagles family's here. We are on a hashtag right now. Oh boy, Bucephalus. Oh, it's up there somewhere. But we're going to spin it here in another minute. But there'll be another one coming right after that. But I haven't missed Newfoundlander Eagles family last week. They're usually here. Good to see them back in here again.
Awesome.
Now, we're talking horses and animals and all kind of stuff tonight.
Never had a horse, but I actually there's 2 on the property I'm on right now, 2 horses and a donkey and a whole bunch of cows. And then I've got a bunch of cows over here too, but the bad thing about that is I can't eat them because my wife has named all of them.
That's right.
She doesn't like my name of that one's name's dinner and that one over there that's supper. She doesn't like that.
That's
but still, I'm going to eat one of them this year.
That's beef rib right there. That's beef.
That's beef rib. That one over there is sirloin. Yep. But yeah,
Hell,
we're
they
gonna.
found
I
it.
want to fatten one of them up this year because beef prices are going through the roof now, along with all your rest of your groceries. So, well, I'm gonna split the cost with my brother and a couple other people. We'll get him all cut up.
There you go. You
I
go
think
buy that freezer first, right? If you don't
Yeah.
have it
Whoa.
already.
Speaking of freezer, our chest freezer went out.
Ooh, dang.
Oh no.
Now,
I don't
it
want to.
probably didn't go all the way out, but we've had it for years and years. It probably needs Freon or something, but
Yeah.
anytime something needs
Recharge it.
Freon, it's got to leak, right?
Yep.
So we did away with it. And we packed the other, because I have a fridge out here in the game room, and then
Yeah.
we have a fridge, freezer at the bottom, all that out in the kitchen. But we had a chest freezer, and we used the hell out of it. But we're planning on redoing our kitchen at some point anyway. And when we do that, we're going to get the two separate units. That one is an entire freezer, and the other one is an entire fridge.
Yeah.
And so we'll have plenty of room. So we don't want to replace it because we want to save that to go toward the kitchen renovation. But
Yeah, I'm gonna get a stand-up freezer. Those chest freezers, stuff gets buried in the bottom of
Oh,
those
no.
things.
oh
And,
yeah,
you know,
you forget.
You get down in there
you wind up
sometimes, everything's burnt.
digging down and
Freezer
go,
burnt.
oh wow, this was back in 2001.
My wife was like pulling stuff out of it because it was freezing at the bottom, but it wasn't at the top. Like, and the light was flickering on it. It wasn't like on.
Yeah.
And she's like, she'd come out here and she had 2 bags of like fat. It's beef fat.
Oh, beef fat.
Yeah,
to add in the ground stuff. Yeah.
I trimmed off of the 60 and 90-day dry aged beef.
Oh.
And it got buried in there. And I was supposed to have taken it, thawed it out, and ground it in with other meat
stuff,
to make a dry aged burger. Well, it got lost in the bottom of the chest freezer. And by the time she brought it out, I'm like, oh my God, that's from 3.5 years ago. Throw that away.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to save that kind of stuff for like venison. You mix it back in with the ground venison to give it some fat content.
Aloha. Aloha.
What's up, Helen?
Yeah.
And Rod J's in the house. Hey, Rod.
Rod J.
He's the coolest guy. He's the coolest guy in the world. He exudes coolness. That's Rod J.
He puts the J in Rod J.
Speaking of another pour, I'm gonna get me one. I'll be right back.
All right.
Y'all chat amongst yourself.
We'll try.
Yeah, Jerry J. The chest freezers, they kind of do suck. But if you're it depends on your application and what you're using it for. If you deer hunt a lot or whatever, and I mean they're good if you're just piling meat in sections or whatever and just using it down. But now stuff gets buried down in there and you just lose track of it.
Yep.
Yeah, and I promised the kids at one point I was gonna thaw that 90-day dry age fat out, and we were gonna grind it with some sirloin steak and make burgers on the grill, and then it got lost in there, and I forgot all about it.
I hate that.
But after the COVID hit and beef prices went through the roof, that's when I stopped dry aging beef, because I would have to get like a second mortgage on my home to buy a rib roast to dry age.
All right, my turn to step away. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All righty. And we will get back to Thrash Life here in a minute. I said wrong. I'm going to go ahead and spin this one right now, 7:48. And we are going to do the 10 entries to this. If you miss this one, don't worry about it. There will be another one right on its heels. But it's Bucephalus. And we're doing top 10 most famous horses of all time, according to horseyhooves.com, not my list. This was the horse of Alexander the Great. So here we go. Good luck, everybody. And we are going to land on Art by Sparkle.
All right.
Congratulations. and let the confetti die down. I don't want to jip anybody out of their parade.
Yep.
And then we will set the next one up. The StreamYard giveaway tool is being laggy tonight. It usually pops right up. I know it's not my internet. So
Yep, still a good one.
I'm gonna make sure I spell this correctly before I do this, because this is another person. Well, there's my alarm. This is Napoleon Bonaparte's horse.
Hey there, Jules.
So this was the
Napoleon.
Marengo. Was
That was
the horse of Napoleon Bonaparte, the white horse, and all the pictures with him sitting up there with his little hand in there. You know, that's Marengo. Oh, aloha. You got to have a hashtag in front of it. Must be hashtag Marengo.
Or I went back in there and got bougie on you.
Oh, you picked up the old standby.
Yeah.
I tell you what, after a little bit, the double oaked is starting to settle in.
It kind of grows on you.
Yep. All right. Oh, 7-month member, Art by Sparkle.
Oh, excellent.
And yes, sir. Bottled and Bond Club, and that means she gets a glass every 6 months.
Nice.
And if you don't know, this is the glass.
Oh, Chadio came up on my list too. Nice.
Laser engraved. This is crystal glass.
Yeah. How do they get it to do that?
How they get it to do what?
See how they're coming up?
Yeah, the big green.
You click the button that says, "Hey, you remember you want to let everyone know," and they click it.
Then boom.
Oh, okay.
And Chadio just got a glass.
He can give it to me if he wants to. Next time I see you, Chadio, you can give it to me.
Art by Sparkle needs 2 glasses now, because I owe her. Man, I had so much trouble trying to send my nosing kit to Art by Sparkle.
Yeah.
$150 in. She still doesn't have it yet. But Jimmy's about to get another glass. But you can never have too many whiskey snifters.
Oh, no.
You may want to invite people over and share the.
Well, not only that, but, you're going to break them. You can just knock them over on the table occasionally and you'll break one.
Here's Art by Sparkle. Let me write this down.
And Jerry J's like, I'm just going to buy mine right now.
Yeah. Well, Jerry, you can get them on Amazon, or you can go to Jody's Patreon. Not Patreon.
It's not Patreon. No, if you want a glass, if you want to buy a glass, you email bourbonbounty2019@gmail.com. I will pop the banner up. Well, the only one I have says quarterly drawing. Anyway, I'll do this. It's Bourbon Bounty 2019@gmail.com, and tell me you want, and I will tell you this, you're going to want to buy 2 of them. One is not good, because I include shipping in the price. You want to buy 2. And I have my prices set, and I'll email you back and let you know how much it is. It's, what was it, 30?
Something like that.
30, maybe just over $30 for 2 glasses or something, including shipping, including the shipping.
Yeah, and that's not bad, actually.
No, and one glass was like $20-something, so it's only like $4 or $5 more to get 2.
Exactly.
And
they're laser engraved, so
these are Spiegel glasses, and for 2 of these is like $25 just at the store. I mean,
nice.
And I can put the water on the rim of these glasses, and woo woo woo. I mean, they're crystal,
Yeah, same with these. That's not bad for $30 for shipping too.
But yeah. I mean, it costs me a set amount to ship, so I have to charge, of course, for the glass and then the shipping. And so, yeah, by the time I get the glasses and I get them engraved, and I have to lean on my wife to engrave them. That's her engraver thing.
Oh, so you do it at home?
Oh yeah, yeah. We have
Oh,
a
cool.
laser engraver. She does a thing called Fat Puppy Treats, and then also she expanded into Brush with Profanity, and so she does these local art events. These where they set tents up and you come through,
Yeah.
and all of that. And she does all these events and rents a booth spot,
And
and
sells
then
them,
puts
yeah.
her tables and tent up and everything. And people come through and they buy stuff. Um,
Does
from
she have a
her.
page that we could order stuff from?
It's the Facebook thing,
Oh, okay.
marketplace thing. She
Oh,
does, but she's just totally focused on selling physical stuff because she
okay.
makes tons of money when they come by her booth
Okay.
and talk to
I was
her.
figuring to say, because I got 3 dogs, so I'd order some of them puppy treats.
Well, she does do the puppetry, but she does like paracord braided collars and
Nice.
leashes that match and the
My
tennis
favorite
ball on
cord.
the end of the thing you can throw and that
Hmm.
type of stuff. So, and she does them in like college colors, but she does other colors too. But like UT is like white and burnt orange, and then there's
Hmm.
crimson and white for Alabama, and there's or crimson, white, black, or something like that. She does like the red, white, black for Arkansas. It's all, they she gets the exact colors and braids them all together.
Nice.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
and and she could do Seattle Seahawks or whatever. I don't know why that came into my head because I really don't like the Seattle Seahawks. But sorry, sorry anybody from Seattle, but it's not the Seahawks themselves; it's their coach.
Hmm. Okay.
Yes,
I'm not
yeah,
a
yeah.
I'm
We've
not a
already
big
talked
sports
about it.
guy,
We
so
have talked about that, and we will work that out, and we will get that done. And you can see behind me, I probably have enough glasses already to fill the order, but then I have to replace them all in this video. But yeah, the Bills, yes, that's a good blue on the Bills.
how about them Cowboys? Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're out of it already.
yeah, a bunch of millionaires watching on TV just like the rest of us.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's true.
I don't even watch football really.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
that's every team that got kicked
my
out, but yeah.
my sports were basically I watch golf on TV, but I really haven't been on TV at all this year.
Me, I just watched
Last
Avalanche.
couple of years, I just haven't been watching TV. I've been, watching YouTube and stuff and flipping around, different whiskey channels and art channels and stuff like that.
Well, I watch during lunch when I have lunch when I actually have like a break during lunch.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go and like I do these meals and I put them in the little oven and get them started and all that stuff.
Mm.
And but I love because the oven gets down and it shuts off. So if
No.
I'm late to go get my food, it's just sitting there resting, and then I get it and bring it back in here. And I'll watch a little YouTube TV on my laptop over
Mhm.
there while I'm eating. But that's a luxury, not a given. Uh,
No.
Most of the time, I'm going meeting to meeting to meeting,
Yep, that's
and
me.
I go on mute and I tell them, I say, and I'll pick a meeting that I know I'm not going to have to talk a lot. That's my time to eat.
Hmm.
Mm.
And so going on mute, think, sit there and eat
No.
and do
My
that. But
lunch is usually a sandwich on in the skid steer or wherever I happen to be at.
right,
You know,
yeah, I mean, it
in the middle
works.
of
I
a
mean,
field somewhere or something.
but I do sandwiches a lot. But my basic sandwich, of course, is just mayo with the what do you call it? Dijon mustard
Hmm.
and a little garlic powder on there with a just lunch meat and cheese, like a Munster cheese or something.
Hmm.
And
There you
that's
go.
just like hurry up, quick make, go. Now, when I do it up right, I slice tomato and I salt the tomato a little before I put it on the sandwich, and I do the onion and I do the whole big stack. But I love sandwiches.
He's getting hungry now.
Oh, see, I didn't eat tonight. I only ate lunch. Now, with our freezer catastrophe that happened, I've been eating frozen stuff out of a lot, trying to get, because it's packed full. Yep. And we had all these Tyson chicken nuggets, but
oh no.
But the alarm just went off. So let me share this screen.
All right, spin it up.
And we're going to spin this. And then I'll make an announcement. But this one, good luck, everybody. This is Napoleon Bonaparte's horse, Marengo.
There you go.
I'm sure I'm pronouncing that bad. Jerry J, that's his second win. He does get those entries. If he wins again, he still gets the 10. But I will also spin again because we like to give everybody a chance to get some entries.
Hey, Jerry J, on that pimento cheese sandwich, try putting pretzel sticks on it.
Guess what time it is? It's time for
put me
in. So in any form or fashion, just type "put me in" the chat, and you get 5 free guaranteed entries to the quarterly drawing. And I see Kitty. All right, y'all talk amongst yourselves. I got to write this down.
I don't know about. I'm still not much on riding horses. I prefer, the horses that I ride that has a thumb control.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
They don't tend to buck, they don't go where they want to,
Right. Yeah, if I ride the horses, I'll ride them, but usually at the rescue, I haven't ridden a horse. Well, I take that back. I've ridden horses at the rescue, but I'd rather not, because working with the horses that actually need some really big help, I like to work on. So yeah.
The horses for me, I guess, they're more like a big pet dog, kind of.
They are. They're kind of like it. Yep.
I can deal with them that way, and pet on them, give them stuff to eat. Hey, there's a cool question. What's actually good to give horses to eat? I mean, the ones that are out here, I've given them, some apples and stuff that I've got that are
for treats,
starting to get a little bad, So I'm like, well, I'm not going to throw them out. I'll just cut them up in chunks and feed them to the horses and the donkey.
They love apples. They love carrots. We'll give them the ones that don't have a sugar issue. We'll give them peppermints, butterscotch.
Really?
We'll do
like little butterscotch candies.
They love squash. Well, in the morning we give our girls a soup, so we'll do a grain. They have a grain that they have. We'll put squash in there. We'll put coconut oil in there because it's good for their coat and their digestive. We'll put just all kinds of different stuff, the apples and all that stuff, and put that in there. And with it being cold, we add warm water to it, so it's a soup, and give it to them. Man, they just eat that stuff up and nothing flat.
Like a sweet feed or something.
Yeah, it's a regular grain, and with all that other stuff in there, just put some warm water on there. Because I had an issue with the Faith where we have these. They're like barley pellets. They love those too. But she had too many at once, and she choked on them. And so everything that we do when it comes to that is watered down. So they love it that way anyway. Yeah,
Peppers. Yeah, Peppers is in the house. Look at
What's up, Peppers?
Hey, Peppers. I have fed the horses some cattle cubes.
Cattle cubes are good too.
They like those too.
They've had an issue here in Colorado with some really bad alfalfa cubes that they had. So anyone that had alfalfa cubes, everyone got rid of them. They burned them because they had it's kind of like bad hay where the hay gets wet and it gets mold in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Same thing with the alfalfa cubes. It was killing horses actually.
Wow.
So everyone just got rid of them.
Yeah.
So, every time you bust open a hay bale, I mean, we do 4x3s, the big ones, but the regular bales, when you open them up, that they're flaked out. open it up and you stick your damn head in there and smell it and see if it smells moldy or musty or anything like that. If it's not sweet, don't feed it to your horse. It'll kill him.
Yeah.
Man,
I
I
haven't
remember
seen any.
we had our
alfalfa around here.
no, we had our donkeys, and we would get the oats with the
Mhm.
molasses in it. Oh my God, that was like heroin to these freaking donkeys.
Crack.
My wife will make the horse cookies. She takes the oats, she takes molasses, she takes the coconut oil. What is it? Fennel seeds, different things like that, and she'll make cookies and bake them, and then take them out to all the horses at our barn, at the rescues, and everything else, and feed them to the horses. The horses love them. That molasses, man, is crack for a horse.
Oh man,
for sure.
but I was training the donkeys, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because it's been so long. But I would walk out, and we had 10 acres. So I mean, we had and there was trees, there was a pond, there was all kind of stuff, and I could walk out of the house, and I could go, whoop, donkeys, like that, and just yell it out, and I could hear them coming from the front pasture.
Oh yeah,
because they knew they were about to get their crack.
My wife will do that with the cows. She'll walk out there and holler for the cows, and they just come running out of the woods and everything else.
Oh,
like,
man,
you got some cubes, man? Come on, hook me up.
Let's go.
You know.
Now we had 3 buckets for them, and what I'd done was we had a gate that swung it would swing both ways, but we had a gate and then it went to the not barbed wire, but it was the rectangle wire fencing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Chicken wire,
cattle
fence. Cattle wire.
So just on the inside of the gate, I built an area where I built it out and then over, and I swung the gate and put the post right where the gate would hit. And I had another latch for the gate. So even the kids could come in, unlatch it, swing it to that post and latch it back. And then they could walk in the feeding area, and I had buckets set toward the inside.
Yeah,
there you
right.
go. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, it was nice the way we had it set up.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
All right, so let me read out who I have so far. If I do not say your name, I did not get you in for the 5 free entries. Everybody gets a trophy on this one to the quarterly drawing. If not, please put me in one more time. So I have Kitty 303, Heart Sight, Thrash Life, Chatty O, Big Daddy H, Jimmy's Random Content, Mr. Great Shot, Art by Sparkle, Mayberry U316, Jerry J, Newfoundlander, Ingalls Family, Kathy Bates, Crazy Ann, Home and Hearth with Jules, and Pepper's Country Club. That's who I have. If you did not hear me read your name, I do not have you down for 5 free entries to the quarterly drawing. So please type in any form or fashion, put me in the chat, and I will get you on the list. Okay, oh, there we go. See, that's why I do this.
Yeah. Cindy over there slacking.
Yes, sir.
Day's work chewing tobacco.
I remember chewing that as a kid, like 10 years old.
Dang, we used to.
Day's work, the plug.
Oh, yes, the plug, chewing tobacco. No, Dad and I
got so sick off that shit.
Man, we would open that bag and get that scoop for those donkeys and to fill their little their feed things, and both of us all the time would be like, God, I want to take a bite of this.
yeah, that sweet feed smells good. That molasses in it. Well,
yep, it's sticky.
Yeah,
when the humidity is high, it gets real sticky.
Clump.
It's the black stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, black. Yeah.
Well, and molasses is a byproduct of sugarcane.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
from making regular sugar, the white sugar.
Making regular sugar out of sugar cane.
When they put it in the centrifuge, that's what slings off.
Yep.
From making the white sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And they also use that to make rum with, which is good.
Oh
rum.
Yeah.
Rum-a-dum-dum.
Rum-a-dum-dum. All right, so we are going to now stop put me in. And I do this because I can go back if I get out of kilter. If I lose my handy dandy notebook or whatever, I can go back and I can at least see who put all these in. But we are going to now post the next one. Comanche. Let's talk about this horse. Comanche was the lone survivor of the Battle of Little Bighorn.
Oh, really?
The only thing that survived.
Wow.
Got medals and all that.
Wow.
The only living thing that survived on the Army side from Little Bighorn.
Wow.
Oh, sorghum molasses is good too.
Yep. Yeah, it's another crop they used to grow in Kentucky, and I've seen it actually south of me here, grain sorghum.
Yeah. Oh, that's some good stuff. Now, we used to call it gray mule, where you take butter and you put equal parts molasses and butter together, and then the butter softens, and then you mix it together and put it on toast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to call that a gray mule.
Huh. Never had that.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
either.
it's really good.
God, that was way back in 1868.
It's not healthy.
Yeah. Well, everything in moderation.
That's right. Oh no, Big Daddy H.
You remember
over
back
here,
in the
he's
day?
one that taught me. Yep, Papa did that. Hell yeah, that's some good stuff. Now I love the dark flavor of that molasses with that creamy butter, and you put it on that toast, and then you put those eggs on there and eat it. Oh, it's good.
He's gonna drool on his microphone.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this.
Go.
This is it. This is the Nulu, and this was the Arkansas. So Nulu is in Louisville, and Nulu is the district in Louisville, and non-chill filtered. Still doesn't have any clouds in it, but non-chill filtered, Arkansas exclusive. I picked this up last time I was in Arkansas. I'm gonna pour a little of this.
Arkansas.
Yeah, no, that was so funny. I was watching Brain Dead TV, which is the Osbournes Want to Believe. Have you ever seen any of those?
No.
No. So their son, who has, I think he has MS or something. It just hasn't manifested yet or whatever. But anyway, their son is into the paranormal and like doing the ghost research stuff and all that. Of course, Ozzy Osbourne's his freaking dad, so he's got money to do whatever he wants with.
Yeah.
But they were talking on Osbourne's Want to Believe one time on the episode, and he goes, "Why is it that the Arkansas River or Arkansas, is called Arkansas, but in Kansas they call it the Little Arkansas River, but it's the same river?" He said, "So who's right? Is it should Arkansas be Arkansas, or should Kansas be Kansas?"
Okay.
So yeah, Kansas. Yeah, Kansas. And that was so funny when he said that with that British accent. And he doesn't have a thick British accent, but because he's lived here a while.
Hanakalui said, "Put me in."
Oh, I'll write that down. And I always say,
well,
yes.
over in Hawaii, so it takes
Right.
a little while for
Takes a while to get back.
bounce around.
As long as we catch it, I'll put you in. That's Hanakalani.
Yep.
Hanakalani. Oh, okay.
Her name is Helen.
Oh, wait a minute. She's in Washington.
Yep.
Oh, okay, like Washington State, like up northwest.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a
Okay.
few of my members over here that they become members on my channel.
I have
No
a
one's
good buddy
won.
of mine that I used to play golf clash with. He's close to Seattle. That's where
The
Mr. Great Shot
delay,
came
he
from,
said,
by the way.
Jerry J said the delay is more there. No, but I always say I'll write you down if you're late for it. But we got to spin. We have to spin. My alarm
right,
is
Dan.
going off. We have these last ones to do, and they get a little hectic at the end. But Comanche, here we go. We have 3 more after this. Actually, I don't know
Seems
how
like
I
we're a
got
little
that far behind.
Yeah.
Well, that's me. I'll give that to Lori.
All right, Dan. Spin again.
Nothing. It gets stuck.
You
It
can give
gets
that one to
stuck
me.
on me sometimes.
I get the next one.
Art by Sparkle.
Oh, that's
Doubled
2
up
for
on this
her.
one.
All right. Now, here's where I'll say if Jerry J or Art by Sparkle win again, they will get the entries. However, I will spin again. So here we go. I'm going to set up. Now, this is the
Exactly.
one that's not an actual horse, like a single horse. This is a breed. So it is called. Oh, I didn't capital. Well, I like to capitalize.
You don't have
You
to.
don't have to. Make sure I spelled all this right.
What's up, Groovy?
Ahoy, Groovy.
All right. So here we go. Now, there's a story behind this one. It is called a Godolphin Arabian.
The Dolphin Arabian.
Goldolphin.
Gold Dolphin.
Godolphin. And that is the breed that is the father of all thoroughbred racehorses.
Really?
Yep. They said that all thoroughbreds can be traced back to this particular Arabian horse.
Cool.
Breed.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I've seen some Arabian horses. They're beautiful animals.
Yeah.
They have that scoop on their nose just a little right as it comes to the snout.
Mm-hmm.
You can always look at, oh, that's an Arabian.
Well, yeah, they have that
Really?
that little dip, sleek, long snout. Yeah, it's and their head looks small for their body a little bit sometimes on an Arabian.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't quite see because she's not sideways, but she does have that small scoop right before it comes over her nose.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I just like horses. They're pretty animals.
Yeah, they're awesome. Love them all, man. Yep.
I like the paint ones too, you know, because they're all the different colorations and stuff going on with them, and you know, and then like I said, with some of the Arabians that I've seen, man, some of those are just gorgeous horses. So, you know, with the way their mane goes and everything else, they're just like wow.
I mean, you can't beat a good roan, you know. I mean, with
roans are beautiful
and all that. Yeah, it's like multicolored.
You know, quite a few of them. Yeah, reds and the red roans and the blue roans, and gorgeous, man. Their colorations are just like psychedelic almost, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and there's never like they're not like Dalmatians, black, white, black, white. No, they're multi. It's
like someone took a bunch of paint and just like smeared it all around, and
splattered it.
Almost is all one color, but it still has the different colors like everywhere on it. It's cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Roans are gorgeous.
Oh yeah. And I think some people get into the sleek black or the sleek reds and all that. And, it's almost like a car. You know, I want the VW bus with all the stickers on the back. That's the one I want.
Yep. Oh, Groovy said put me in.
Yeah, I'm gonna write Groovy in here, even though he was late. But Groovy just got a new house,
Yep.
right? So he's been busy. He's
For
been,
sure.
and I'm sure he's got boxes out the yin yang.
Yes.
What's up,
Guaranteed.
Chris?
Iris is here. Hola.
Cyrus.
Yeah, I've seen Cyrus 2728 before. And if Cyrus were to accidentally type put me in the chat, would probably get entries. But right now, I'm going to share this screen. And we're going to do this one because we have one more after this. No, we have two more. So good luck, everybody. And we are going. I missed a spin at some point. I'm going to have to reset my Jerry J. Now that's Jerry J's third one. I'm going to put plus 10 under Jerry J's other win. And now we're going to draw again. But Jerry J currently has 30 for tonight. Groovy. Look at him walk in and get a 10 entries. Look at that.
There you go.
All right. That's his first of the night. So we'll let the confetti die down and we'll set this next one up. We have two more to do and we have 10 minutes. I love the story of this one. Now, this is actually a single horse. Oops, I forgot the hashtag. Got to put the hashtag. Don't forget the hashtag.
Yep.
All right. Now, Sergeant Reckless. This is from the Korean War.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, he was a pack horse in the Korean War, and actually did so well. This is the only animal that's had a rank in the military. That's actually, they gave him the rank of sergeant.
Wow. Staff sergeant.
Okay. Really?
It was just Sergeant Reckless. I don't know.
Decorated war horse.
Okay, yeah. Decorated, yes. Yep.
Dang horse outranked me.
Let's see, it was purchased in October 1952 for $250 from a Korean stable boy at the Seoul racetrack who needed money to buy an artificial leg for his sister.
Oh, man. See, I didn't know all that. See, Thrash is going to give you the rest of the story. This is Paul Harvey right down here.
The rest of the story.
Yeah. Yeah, we have Paul Harvey's in the house. But no,
I remember that.
No, it was a cool story, though. I mean, I read it when I was doing the top 10. And that's another thing, too, is every week I have to come up with another top 10 list. And I try to make it relatable to the guest that's going to be on and yada, 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 and all that. But I learned a lot from these putting these top 10s together.
That's fun. I mean, yeah.
Really groovy. I didn't know that. All military dogs rank their handlers.
Oh, wow. Well, this was the, or maybe it was the first official animal to get a rank.
Yeah, that'll do it, Cindy. Can't pee on the commandant's.
Can't pee on the commandant's
carpet there.
Yeah, or a leg.
They oh yeah, or or his shoes. They frown on that.
Peed on the commander's carpet. Yeah.
Dawned on me, we're all veterans.
Oh, yeah. And I associate a lot. Well, and here's why. Because as a veteran, we went through a lot of mud and blood together, right? And whether it was blood because of war or blood because of training, you bled the same either way. And we're a little rough around the edges. And
occasionally
broken the joints.
but I'm more comfortable around vets because if I drop an F-bomb here or there or whatever, no one gets offended. If I
Part of the
whatever.
vocabulary.
Yeah, really. I mean, a big part of the vocabulary, and it's really kind of hard to actually keep that out.
I know,
You
and
know,
we
'cause
try to keep it
it's
clean here.
it's a noun, it's a verb, it's an adjective. It's
It
you know,
is. It's all of
oh my
that.
God, it's just so hard.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
not big
it's
enough to. I'm just not big enough on YouTube to just drop F at will.
well,
Yeah.
Because
yeah, I suppose.
I get limited commercial when I do, and so
Okay.
I mean, some of these channels they don't care. They've got 100,000 subscribers, but guess what time it is? I
Time to
told you
spin.
we're doing rapid fire. It's time to
Oh,
spin.
spin
So
it
let me
again.
do this. And we are gonna stream
Rapid fire. Break out that M16.
Good
What's up,
luck,
Twisted?
everybody, on Sergeant Reckless, and then we'll get to the number one.
Exactly, Groovy. It's hard to keep it clean. We need that.
Jimmy.
All right, Jimmy.
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 Kind of like Timmy,
Timmy.
but
Timmy.
it's Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, see, but Timmy, when they were doing the episode on South Park,
Yeah.
where he was going for the Special Olympics, and Jimmy got on the steroids and stuff, and Timmy,
Yeah, that's hilarious.
he's like, Timmy, like that was just
Yeah.
hilarious. I mean, it was just,
Cartman's got that helmet on real tight. His hair's like
Oh, yeah,
sticking
he's
out.
he's like, it's like, man, that show gets away with so much.
Mhm.
So the number one is Roy Rogers' horse.
Trigger.
There you go. Had to be in there.
Had to
Had
be,
to.
but
Man,
not.
I'm just glad Mr. Ed wasn't.
Oh, I'm
Just
sad
joking.
Mr. Ed wasn't in there. He should have been in there
Hey,
too.
like
Come
I
on,
said, take it up with horseyhooves.com.
Horsey hooves.
Horsey hooves.
Well, there you go. That's what What do you expect from a horsey hooves? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I got this straight off a horseyhooves.com website. I love saying hooves.
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 Round feet.
Round feet. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So Trigger is our last one. It is for 20 entries to the quarterly drawing. The number one
right.
pick, no matter whether we agree with it or not, is always worth 20. Yep. Hoovis.
Excellent. Any idea who next week's guest liable to be?
I do not know yet.
Okay.
It is open at the moment. And because I've been busy at work.
Yep. Well, yeah, it's that time of year.
Mm-hmm. And
Still for you.
But I did finish all of my annual performance evals today.
Excellent.
They're all uploaded. They're done. So
Excellent.
Tomorrow's Friday. It should be a little lighter, but I do have my performance eval
Oh,
from my boss at
Groovy said it's going to be
4:30.
him.
What's that?
Groovy said it's going to be him up next week.
Okay.
I'm
Hey, we can do that. We can do
I'm
that.
for that.
Whiskey
Oh.
Uncensored is in
Hey
the
there,
house.
Ben. How
Yep.
you doing, brother?
We are doing hashtags, so hashtag trigger if you want to have a chance to get 10 inch or 20. It's the
Oh,
last.
Marty's in there too. Hey there, Marty.
Oh,
Look
Whiskey
here.
knows. What's up, man?
Look
Yeah, he
there.
got his trigger in.
MC Whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, buddy.
MC square.
Mm-hmm.
Whiskey equals MC square. Is that what it is?
MC Square Whiskey. Because they're both their last names start with an MC.
Right. But what I'm saying is, because, Einstein's equation was E equals MC squared.
E equals MC squared. Yes.
But this is whiskey equals MC squared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I like it.
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue.
You got to put the whisk in front of it.
I like it.
Yes, sir. We got everybody in the house here at the end. Yeah, we are doing trigger for 20 entries to the wheel. We will spin that. How about right now? Because
All right,
we're
then.
about to crash this party all the way to the ground. We are going to share this one more time. Good luck, all 20 people who are in there, minus me and steam
Oh,
fried
Cindy,
rice. Cindy, she cleaned
come
up
on.
tonight.
Yeah, that's what her second or third one. At
No,
least
second,
That's her
just
second.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So she gets that. She gets 30 for the night. Last week was a pretty dead week. The most anyone won was 25 entries.
Wow.
Dang.
And Cindy now has 35
Wow.
on the night.
Yeah.
So it goes up and down. But last week we had 25 entry winners last week. Because I just did that earlier, and posted it out on the community tab. But yeah, that last week was 3 25s. And then this week we have a 35. Kathy Bates still holds a record at like 100 or something. So
Wow.
it kept landing on. Though StreamYard giveaway tool loves Kathy Bates. She used to post rigged and all the time. I hope everybody had a good night tonight.
Yes, sir.
And we are at time. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast. Join us next week and get more entries to the wheel. And possibly we may have Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic on here as our guest. I'll see and hook it up before next week. But as always,